welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing Jaclyn Hill's Ride or Die tag, and I'm so excited. I absolutely love tag videos, I love watching them, and I really love making them. I was a little bit nervous to do this tag. As I was setting out all of my products, I was like, wow, a lot of my Ride or Die products are drugstore products, and that's really just because that's the kind of makeup that I've been using the longest. But I also feel like that's kind of the beauty of this tag and tags in general, is that you hear so many different answers from so many people. So I may be showing people some drugstore products that they've never heard about, and I think that's awesome. I think that's the point of tags, is everybody having all these different cool answers, and that's why I just decided to not care and just show you guys my true, honest Ride or Die products. So I hope you guys are excited. I know I am. Let's just jump right into my Ride or Die makeup products. So primer was actually really hard for me to choose because I feel like I haven't really tried a ton, but I sat here and really thought about it, and I'm gonna go with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Smoothing Base Smoothing Primer. My favorite type of primers, hands down, are smoothing primers, the ones that are skin toned and they blur out pores and imperfections and things like that. And this is definitely my favorite one that I've ever tried. I used to use the Benefit Professional all the time, and I really like that one. I don't currently own it right now, but this one is even better. I found with the Benefit one, sometimes if I didn't let my moisturizer soak in enough, that it would kind of ball up and flake on me sometimes, and I never ever have that problem with this primer. So I really enjoy this primer, and I would say it is my Ride or Die. Next up is foundation, and I feel like for most people this is like the hardest one, but for me it wasn't at all. My favorite foundation ever is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. I have several videos on this stuff. I have like the first impression when I first got it, the full review. I'll link them all down below so that you guys can get my full thoughts on this guy, but it hands down is my Ride or Die foundation. Everything about it is absolutely perfect. It's the longest wearing foundation I've ever tried, and it just trumps all foundations for me. Like, nothing can beat this guy. Concealer was a no-brainer for me as well. My absolute favorite concealer is the Maybelline FitMe, and I use the shade number 15. By the way, I didn't mention I am in the shade number 1 Linen in the Clinique foundation. I always forget to mention that in my videos, and I always get tons of questions on it. So I use the shade number 1 Linen. Back to the concealer. This Maybelline concealer is just the absolute best concealer I've ever tried. If I ever try another one, I always go back to this guy, and I've been using it for like 5 or 6 years. Maybelline FitMe is absolutely amazing. A lot of people say it's a dupe for the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Again, I've never tried that concealer, so I don't personally know, but so many people love it. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, so now we're on to powders. First up is our face powder and our under eye setting powder, and my answers for this are going to be a lot different. I don't really use a loose under eye powder. I personally just haven't tried a bunch. I haven't really found one that I like, and since I have dry skin, that's always just kind of been something that I've stayed away from, but it's also something that I really want to delve into. I really want to try the RCMA No Color powder. Everybody loves that stuff, and I want to try it for sure. But for face powder, I'm just going to go with my Maybelline Fit Me powder. Another one I really love is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I don't currently have that one, but these are just my two go-to drugstore powders. I feel like face powders are the quickest thing that I go through, that and concealers, so I really enjoy having a cheaper drugstore face powder because I feel like I go through them so quickly. It's just really easy to repurchase. I don't have to stress over dropping 30 bucks over it or anything, and this one is a really great go-to one, as well as the Rimmel Stay Matte. Okay, and to set my under eyes, my absolute favorite under eye setting powder has always been the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Diffused Light. I see a lot of people highlight with these. They can be a really natural cheekbone highlight, but ever since I've had this stuff, I have always used it under my eyes. And about a year or a year and a half after I had been doing that, I actually heard Jaclyn Hill say that she had tried that and she really liked it. I'm somebody who gets really crepey and dry under my eyes, so I prefer something like this that's really luminous and brightening. And if you're somebody who is like that as well, I highly recommend trying out these Hourglass powders. They have a bunch of different shades depending on what would be nice for your under eye, but I really like this one because it's more of a light color color and it's got a nice yellow undertone to it, so it really looks nice under my eyes. Okay, so now we're on to bronzer, blush, and highlight. The bronzer for me was no question. This is the only bronzer that I have ever repurchased in my life, so of course it's gotta be my ride or die. This is the NYC Bronzer in the shade Sunny. It's like $2 or $3 from the drugstore. I know it's crazy that that is my ride or die, but I have never ever tried a bronzer with a better formula and a better color for me. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, and I think it's really beginner friendly because it's super buttery smooth, easy to blend out. So yeah, Holy Grail bronzer, one of my Holy Grail makeup products in general. I absolutely love this guy so much. So blush was a little difficult for me because I'm not a huge blush person, but my absolute favorite blush ever is Milani's Luminoso. I'm not huge into wearing blush, but anytime I want to wear blush, I always want to wear this guy. It is like the perfect peachy coral color with the most gorgeous golden sheen to it. And for the price and it being a drugstore blush, I highly recommend it. It's absolutely stunning. Okay, so next up we have the highlight, and this was hands down the hardest decision for me. I love highlight. It's one of my favorite things about makeup for sure, and it was so hard for me to choose one, but I ultimately came down to the absolute highlight that I use the most, that I reach for the most, and that I have physically like used the most product. It's drugstore. Bronzer, blush, and highlight are all drugstore. This is the only highlight that I have ever hit pan on, and it's definitely the #1 highlight that I go for. So this is it on my hand. Obviously, it's on my cheeks today as well. I forgot to mention, but the bronzer, blush, and highlight I'm wearing is all what I talked about today, which is weird, but that's because I just filmed a drugstore back to school makeup look, and I used like a lot of Holy Grail products that I have been using since high school. So these are literally it. Like, these are my Holy Grail products, you guys. Okay guys, next up is mascara, and this is definitely one that was hard because I have 2 mascaras in mind. Whoa, look at that highlighted finger. Anyways, I have 2 mascaras that I literally have in my mind right now that I know I absolutely love, better than this one, more than this guy. But they are the Benefits They're Real mascara and the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Those 2 mascaras I know I really love. Like, I love mascaras that you can put on 1 or 2 coats and they just look absolutely amazing. You don't have to sit there and build and build and build. I hate putting on mascara. Half the time I would rather put lashes on just to save myself the trouble of putting 10 pounds of mascara on. Like, I just really can't stand the process. So I really love those mascaras. I obviously don't have them right now. I wouldn't say they are my ride or die because I don't have them right now. It's not like I can't live without them. And this mascara, I feel like I can't live without. This is Jordana's Best Lash Extreme Volumizing Mascara. It's like $2 or $3 from the drugstore. I get mine at Walgreens. It's one of those perfect ones that's not too big, it's not too skinny. It works for your upper and lower lashes. I could just do a couple coats of this and it looks great. I could super build it up and I have really voluminous lashes. I can put this on top of super dry mascara that I put on 6 hours ago and it still does the job for me. Like, it still doesn't get clumpy and disgusting, and it's just a ride or die mascara for me. It's one that I will always know the result of and I will always go for. And like I said, I will always repurchase and own this because it's such a go-to for me. Okay guys, just a few left and we're on to lip products. Yay! So the lipstick was a no-brainer for me. This is Wet n Wild's Fergie Daily Lipstick. This is what I'm wearing right now. It's what I'm wearing in 80% of my Instagram photos. It's the lipstick that I wear on the weekends when I don't want to care about what I'm wearing. Like, I'm telling you guys, this is the best formulated nude lipstick I have ever tried in my life. Even if I have crusty lips, like today, I have extremely dry lips and this nude looks great. most nude lipsticks, when you try to put them on over dry lips, they get cracky, you see your lip lines, they're not creamy. It amazes me every time, honestly. It is the best formulated lipstick I've ever tried in my life. And the best part about it is that it's like $2 or $3. It's seriously amazing. I know it's been around forever and so many people have used this and tried this, and if you guys are sick of me talking about it, I'm sorry, but this is the #1 lipstick that I get questions on when I'm wearing it, and compliments, and the most Instagram likes. Like, this is my ride or die lipstick, you guys. I love it so much. Okay, we gotta move on from that. Next up, we're gonna talk about liquid lips. And this was hard for me to choose between two different Kat Von D liquid lips. And I decided that my ride or die shade is Bow and Arrow. I absolutely love Lolita. Jaclyn Hill loves it. And oh my goodness, Jaclyn Hill looks amazing in Lolita. Everybody does. Nobody cannot pull off Lolita. Like, it is such a gorgeous color. But it's really hard to find because of that reason. Everybody loves it. It's a lot deeper. It's super gorgeous. I'll have a picture of me wearing it up here somewhere. Also Bow and Arrow. Hopefully I'll be able to find some pictures. But I definitely would say that I go for Bow and Arrow more just because it's more of an everyday color. So yeah, that's that. I really love Bow and Arrow. If you haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend it. It's so pretty. Next up is lip gloss, and this one was a little bit harder for me because I'm not the biggest lip gloss girl, but I definitely have one nude lip gloss that I go to the most, and that is Bite Beauty's Rambutan. I have a few nude glosses, and this one's definitely the one that I go for the most often. Like, I think it's the most flattering, I think it lasts on my lips the most, and I absolutely love the smell, and that it's like so natural, and it's actually made from real fruit, and it smells like real fruit. So I really, really love it. I want to try more of Bite Beauty's lip products. I just love their brand and what they stand for. Okay, next up we have lashes. I've never tried any cool, expensive mink lashes or anything. I wish. Someday I will. But my personal ride or die lashes are Ardell Demi Wispies. The only lashes I really ever use are Ardell's, and this is the one that I typically buy. Whether I'm going for a super dramatic look or not wearing any eyeshadow at all, I can rock these, and that's just honestly why I get them all the time. Like, these are my go-tos. It's just the facts, really. Okay guys, my last category is going to be my favorite eyeshadow palette, because setting sprays and perfumes are not really something that I have delved into. I actually don't own any perfumes, like any expensive perfumes. And setting sprays, I've tried a few out, but I really don't use them on a regular basis. Like, I actually haven't used a setting spray in like 6 months or something. So yeah, this is gonna be my last category. My favorite eyeshadow palette is my Lorac Pro. This one definitely was a hard category for me. It was a big toss-up between my Lorac Pro and my Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette. I think this is the first eyeshadow palette that I ever purchased, and it's definitely my most used. It just has such a wide range of colors, and every single eyeshadow is so consistent, you guys. Every single shadow in here is buttery and smooth and pigmented, and I have used every single one in here. So that's why I think it's my ride or die. I've hit pan on more shadows in here than any other one. It's the dirtiest, most disgusting palette I have, which means it's my most used, right? Oh my goodness, we're done! My back is really starting to hurt now because this is the second video I've filmed today, and sitting in this IKEA chair isn't very fun. So I really hope you guys enjoyed me doing Jaclyn Hill's ride or die tag. I had so much fun making this tag. I will leave Jaclyn Hill's original video down below if you haven't seen it. If you guys have a YouTube channel, you guys should totally make this tag. I tag all of you guys. It's super, super fun, and it's actually really challenging to sit down and pick out your ride or die products from every category. And if you aren't going to make a video on it, I would love to hear your guys' ride or die makeup products down in the comment section below. It could be all of them or just a couple of them, or let me know if some of my products are your guys' holy grail products. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about our favorite makeup products ever! So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you aren't already so that you never miss an upload, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye!